Boy, and she stop and she the prophets. My nigga is serious. Boy, when they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, what the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, he traded you in and bought a new bitch. And she the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say your walls won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed the yellow parole because of the COVID. It feel like the hoes in this world that don't work together. Know where it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never stuck. He the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and she the prophets. You know, like we all come together. You know, they say God so love the world. God so love the world. And boy, your ass need to stop and she give it damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. You gotta stand up and serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all pray on our knees, nigga. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and shit. I'm gonna step outside of the show for the fake niggas. Stay silent. I got it. Let's go. Let's go. Ain't taking no loss. Ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace. Just play with you. I'm gonna be low to the right arm. We can't keep it slave. And I can never let bite. I'll be bike on. Got you. Baby mother on high. Baby pass through the fire. That shit the prophets. That baby soul belong to the Lord. I dare your boy. You never will fail, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare starter, you bring me my water. But shit, lead this week, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop their ass. Shit, the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years. But that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they teach to lie. The money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it. Ass need to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck. You believe, nigga, gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
ISUPK presents Ask Ye the Prophets Weekly Podcast.
Every race in the movie.
You are not to trust. We are not trust your cousin, and we are not to trust you.
Send in your questions to askyetheprophets@gmail.com or Ask Ye the Prophets on Facebook. And your questions will be answered live every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shalom.
He's speaking of his Lord.
The white man made himself be every race in the movie.
Most High in Christ, Most High in Christ. Shalom, Israel. Welcome to another episode of Ask Ye the Prophets. I am your main man, Precinct General Mayaka Allah, rolling here with Precinct Officer Yediah and Precinct Officer Ibad Hayah. We rocking it out. Listen, it is a great day to be in the ISUPK. It's a wonderful day to be a Hebrew Israelite. And guess who knows it? Jewish people know it. They know it's a good and great thing to be a Jew. That's why they try to lie and say they the Jews. They're in a big uproar anytime somebody try to say they not the Jews. Anytime somebody speak against Jewish people, they in a whole uproar. They using that anti-Semitism like a weapon, man, to try to destroy everybody. To hell with the so-called Jew, man. Jewish people don't, because you're Jewish don't make you a Jew. The Ethiopians are Jewish too. They pretend to be us too. But the real Jews are black people, man. And it's a wonderful thing. The real Jews are Hispanics, Native American Indians. The 12 tribes of Israel make you an Israelite. You understand? You ask the average Jewish person, well, what tribe are you? How are you a Jew? Biblically, prophetically, how are you a Jew? They won't know how to tell you nothing. All they can tell you is that they got money and power and they're in the land of Israel. That's it. You understand? And America giving them all the money. They own welfare. You understand? But it's a great day to be a real Jew and understand what being a real Jew means. And you only understand that if you're a Jew or Israelite in the ISUPK. Then you can really look at the world. You can look at Jewish people and not even be offended. You can see they want to be us so bad, but they'll never be us no matter what they do. And you just smile at them and look at them and say, you jealous, dirty bastards. You understand? The real anti-Semites are white people, man, our oppressor. Because they oppress the real Jews, which are Negroes, man. Hispanics, Native American Indians. They oppress the real Israelites. You understand? Although our oppressor over there in our motherland say he's the Israeli. He don't even claim Israelite. You understand? He's an Israeli. He's Jewish. You understand? They're a bunch of fools, man. They're a bunch of fools, and when we get our day, they're gonna have that day. They're gonna have that day for sure. And that's why it's a beautiful thing to know who you are in these last days, man. We real close to the end, man. You better pay attention, man. Scripture say, watch, man. We supposed to watch and see what's going on. You understand? You see Russia and America at odds, China sitting down with Russia. They teamed up, allies. America, of course, is allied with Israel and allied with Belgium and Britain. You understand? And now France stepping in. France tried to go talk to Putin. France said he can't talk Putin down. Germany worried now because Germany getting that, got a good future through Russia. You understand? So if America step in and try to cut Russia off, it's gonna hurt Germany. So all of them like, man, oh my God, what's going on? We got to chill. But America try to flex on everybody, man. And everybody ain't taking it. Russia tired of them, man. China tired of them. All the nations are tired of them, man. And then guess what? We sit back, we watch them at war and at odds, and we watch America in their civil war, the government at odds with each other, and we just teach and raise our people, man. We just teach and get this army of Christ ready for when the day go down. You understand? When it all go down, it's going to be a beautiful thing. Let's read Romans 3:1. It's a beautiful thing to be in the ISUPK, man. Wonderful.
Right.
Ain't nowhere better. I don't know what you thought. You think you think you're doing something because you wear purple and gold fringes on your little t-shirt, your little baby shirt, huh? You think you all that? No, you ain't all that, man. You ain't got nobody up in there. Gay Nate, all the rest of you little gay bishops and all that, man. Passing around penis pics and all that. Your transvestite lovers and all that mess, man. You think you something because you wear all white and running around like you're pure? You got heathens in your congregation, man.
Right.
You got heathens in your congregation. So when you think the Lord gonna let you in? You think the Lord gonna bring you on a chariot next to your Edomite, next to your Hamite? Huh? No, you ain't getting on them chariots, man. Not like that.
Right.
You still got a lot of time. That's what grace is about. Grace ain't over until Christ break the sky, man.
Right.
When he break the sky, ain't no more grace. So you still got a little time because he ain't here yet. You understand? The ISUPK is home of the truth. We've been your daddy forever.
Right.
We still your daddy. You just a bunch of badass kids running around, trying to get your own apartment and be off on your own. You understand? Trying to go away and establish yourself. But no, you can't establish yourself. That ain't how the Lord created Israelites.
Right.
We a unit, man. We got to stick together at all
right.
times. We can't disconnect from each other. What the hell's wrong with you? You understand? That's why you watching all our videos. You sitting, you telling your ribs, your wives, to call in and ask us questions of stuff you don't understand. You understand? So you can go tell some man under you, listen, the Lord showed you this. And then you say you repeat what you didn't heard in our class, and the young brothers are made. Oh my God, that's heavy, sir. That's heavy, sir. When you should do the right thing and humble yourself and come on in here, man.
Right.
And come up the right way and bring that young man under you in here so he can come up the right way. Romans 3:1.
Okay. This is the book of Romans, chapter 3 and verse 1. What advantage then hath the Jew?
What advantage has the Jew, man? It's a question that the Bible is asking. What does advantage mean? Advantage mean when you better than everybody else around you. You got an advantage. That means you're better. That means you're better. And the Old and New Testament tell you that the Jews are better. Y'all think Jesus just loved everybody equally? The New Testament is about everybody and all races equal and all loving the grace of God and all that mess? No. The Old Testament exalted the Israelites above everybody, and the New Testament exalts the Israelites above everybody.
Right.
There is an advantage, meaning what advantage has the Jew means how are the Jews better than everybody else?
Right.
How are the Israelites above all nations of the earth? Read.
Or what profit is there of circumcision?
Circumcision is an Israelite custom. It's a custom of the Jews. What profit is it being a Jew? Asking the same question. What profit is it being the people of the circumcision, which are Israelites, the 12 tribes, Jews, real Jews? Not them Caucasians over there in the land of Israel. Not them Caucasians that run the Diamond District and own all the banks. You understand? Not those people. Not those Caucasians that cry every time somebody say something about Jewish people. It ain't talking about them. It's talking about the real Jews. Them Jews, them Negroes up in the hood, man, under the curses, dying of heroin and crack in hell in America, man. Those the Jews is talking about. Those the people in the circumcision is talking about. What profit is it being that raggedy Negro over there, high off heroin? What profit is it being that Negro that can't kick a weed habit? What profit is it being in the hood, dying from every disease, man? And everything is killing us more than anybody. It just said on the news today, COVID-19 is killing black men more than anybody else, man. More than any other dynamic. COVID killing us more than anybody. Heart attacks, strokes, high blood pressure, diabetes, every horrible thing on this earth is killing us more than anybody. Why? Because we the people of the circumcision, man.
Right.
And the people of the circumcision are under a curse right now. We're being punished in hell. You understand? These Jews that the Lord is talking about right now, we're being punished in hell right now. You understand? But there's still an advantage being you. There's still an advantage to being us. There's still an advantage being the people of the circumcision. Read.
Verse 2. Much every way.
Much every way. Listen, we better than them in every way. In every facet of life you look at, we better than them. Oh,
Right.
They got the money right now because they stole it from us. They got the land right now because they stole it from us. They got
Right.
the power right now. Why? Because our God allowed them to steal it from us. That's why.
Right.
They only got power and money and prestige over us and authority over us because we sinned against our God and he punished us in hell, man.
Right.
That's what hell is. Hell is being under the foot of a people that's beneath you. That's hell.
Right.
That's what hell is. Hell is being under the foot and under the authority of a people that are born to be underneath you. That is hell. But there's still a profit in being the people of hell right now. Still a profit in being the people of those curses right now. Much every way. Go ahead.
Chiefly,
mainly, go ahead.
because that unto them,
Because unto us, dying from everything in hell in America, the oppressed, the slaughtered, the murdered everyday citizens, police, military, everybody, we the murdered, and it's still a benefit to being us. But mainly because unto them, go ahead.
were committed the oracles of God.
The oracles of God, man. This Bible, these scriptures, man. These laws, commandments, this righteousness, the wisdom found in the word of God, man. All of these things, man, the service of God, the priesthood. You understand? It all belongs to us, man. It all belongs to us. Give me Baruch 4:1. Because it was committed to us, man. The Lord sent his prophets who were our people, our brothers, and had them teach and say his word to us, man. The Bible is an Israelite book, a book written by Jews for Jews, by Israelites for Israelites. And make no mistake, when I say Jew, I ain't talking about Jewish.
Right.
I hope all of you know that. I ain't talking about the Jewish man. There's a whole difference between the Jewish man and the Jew. You understand?
Right.
Everybody should know that by now. You understand? If I paint a wall and I say, hey, man, what color is that wall? They say, it's kind of reddish. It's bluish. That wall, that's a greenish. That wall is kind of greenish. Meaning it ain't green. It's kind of like green. It's like an off green. It's trying to be green, but it ain't quite green. If it's reddish, it's kind of like red, but it ain't red. It's kind of like red, wanting to be red, close to red. Jewish people are a people that stole our culture and pretends to be us. So they're not the Jews, but they're Jewish in that they own our motherland, right? They trying to speak our Hebrew language. They got our Torah and our Tanakh and trying to act like they the people of Yahweh. You trying to say Yahweh. They mock and mimic us, trying to be us. That's why Hitler burned them in ovens and in gas chambers, man. Because Hitler was upset that they were trying to be black people.
Right.
And on top of trying to be black people, they were the thieves of the earth back then. They were had all the money and robbing other nations and tribes, man. And the Germans were just trying to get back what they took from them. You understand? White on white crime. That's what it was. Right. And that's as simple as Whoopi Goldberg. She was trying to be Christian when she made that statement that got her suspended, because Jewish people run Hollywood, run the TVs, news, everything. So when you say something against them that offend them, they got the power to cancel you, they call it. Right. Or suspend you or do whatever to you. Right. Because they run the airwaves. TVs belong to them. And that's going to be further proof later on when I get into who the real Jews are. You understand? Much every way. Go to Baruch.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1.
And remember what Romans said. The book of Romans said it's every advantage to being a Jew, but chiefly because unto them was committed the oracles of God, the Bible and everything that goes along with the Bible. Read.
This is the book of the commandments of God,
which is the oracles of the Most High, chiefly because unto the Israelites or the Jews were committed the oracles of God. Now Baruch, starting with the commandment of God, which is found in the book, in the Bible, in the oracles of God. Go ahead.
And the law that endureth forever.
So this is the book of the commandments of the Most High, his rules on how to live and how to live right, and how to do what he wants you to do, and how to not do what he don't want you to do. Right. This Bible is that book, man. King James translation, straight from the Hebrew scrolls, man. You understand? And all the laws that endure how long?
Forever.
That endure forever, man. When the hell a Christian get off telling you the laws ain't no more good? The Bible said the laws endure forever. Guess what? That Jesus that they love so much, that they got on their bumper stickers, that they tuck them in the bed every night, he said, think not that I'm come to do away with the law.
Right.
He said that. Old and New Testament say the laws ain't done away with. They are forever. It just said, and the law that endure forever, go ahead.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
And everybody that obey the Most High God of Israel, you're going to have nothing but life, man. We live it every day in the ISUPK, man.
Right.
We live it every day. Without the ISUPK, everybody in the ISUPK should have been dead.
Right.
We done things and lived lives where we should be dead.
Right.
I got to thank the Lord every day for nothing but mercy for my disgusting behind. I was awful to women. Oh, women who were nice and beautiful and virgins and sweet and kind. My old man pissed all over them, man. It was ridiculous. I was evil to my brothers. You thought I was your friend until your woman gave me the eye. Then friendship go out the door. You understand? I did all type of horrible deeds, man. And horrible deeds, man. Thinking this just the streets. This how we gotta be, man. Can't nobody come in here. Guns and it's a mess, you die. You understand? I was supposed to be dead and had many close encounters, man. And I look back now and see that the Lord had mercy on me just for a purpose, man. So now I live my life for the last, 20, 25 years trying to show the Lord that he made a good an investment and have mercy on me. You understand? I try to show him that I'm gonna repent and make everything, all my wrongs, I'm gonna try my best to do it right. Although I can never do it, I need his mercy. I'm gonna fight and try my hardest to show him that, I'm a whole nother man. You understand? And that's the beautiful thing about obeying the Most High, because he can forget about your sins. He can forget about your past. You understand? He can get rid of that and see that now you ain't even that dude no more. You ain't even that sister no more. Read.
But such as leave it shall die.
But boy, when you don't obey the Most High, when you out here not in the ISUPK, thinking you following the Lord, you out here half a Christian, half a Muslim, you understand? You don't believe in the Lord. You don't follow the Most High, and it's death out here waiting for you. It's dangerous on these streets when you ain't one West, you die. I mean, damn, I think about it. It's very dangerous on here. You can think you tough, gung-ho, gangster, all you want. Man, these streets will eat you up like nothing, man.
Right.
But Satan own these streets, man.
Right.
Satan own these streets. And these streets will chew you up and spit you the hell out, man. Satan is the gangster in these streets, not you.
Right.
You thought you was a boss. Satan is the boss. These streets belong to him, man.
Right.
Christ said, my kingdom is not of this world. This ain't Christ's kingdom yet. Satan belongs, this is his world. Satan told Christ, man, you better go read that Bible, man. Satan said, all this was given to me, and all the rulership thereof, all the glory thereof, it was given to me. Who gave this world to Satan? The Most High, our God did, as a punishment to us, to show us we don't want to follow him. All right, he showed us a world without him, and we done learned a good lesson. Most of us that's in the ISUPK, we didn't learn that lesson. We don't want no more of a world without the Most High.
Right.
We want our every step and every thought guided by the Most High now, because we see how the world is, how life is without the Most High. We see it, man. You understand? We see it. So everybody that follow the Most High and obey him, you're going to get life, man. You're going to get life, but boy, it's another side to that coin if you ain't following him. And I'm going to tell you, if you ain't in the ISUPK, you only think you following the Most High.
Right.
You only think you following the Most High. You don't have the full understanding if you ain't in here rolling with us, man. There's one body, one spirit, man. The Most High's always been one spirit, one body.
Right.
So if you think you could be another spirit in another body, you fooling yourself. You fooling yourself. Read.
Verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob.
Once again, the Jews. Jacob is the Jews. Jacob is the Israelites. You understand? And there's an advantage to being his child, man. The child of Jacob, the child of Israel. There's advantages. It makes you better than everybody around you. Go ahead.
And take hold of it.
Take hold of what? The commandments of the Most High, man. Those oracles of the Most High. Take hold of it. Take hold of his laws, his word. Go ahead.
Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
Because if you obeying the Most High and following his Bible and following his laws and commandments, following these oracles, brothers and sisters, you walking in the presence of light, man. You walking in the presence of light. Our King told us, man, I am the light. He said, I am the way. You understand? He's the only way to go. You can't even get to the Father unless you go through him. You understand? And he not in all these Christian Israelite groups. He not in the Christian church. He not in the Muslim mosque. He not in your Kemet house of consciousnesses. He's not in there, man. He ain't in all your Africanisms and your Scientologies. He ain't in there.
Right.
He ain't in your Buddhist camps, villages, your river gods. He ain't dealing with none of that.
Right.
He ain't dealing with none of it, man. But he is in the ISUPK.
That's right.
You understand? He is 10 toes deep in one West.
Right.
Protecting and guiding us. And standing with Commander General Yohana. You understand?
That's right.
That's what he is. You understand? Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. The Lord, because if you do, you'll walk in the presence of light. Go ahead.
That thou mayest be illuminated.
That you'll be illuminated, man. You'll shine wherever you go. You'll stand out wherever you go. Everybody sees the difference between the ISUPK and every other Israelite group.
Right.
It's just something about them guys, man. They all say it. It's something about them. You understand? Well, you might ask, well, how come everybody don't come to y'all? Well, a lot of people don't want to upset their wives.
Right.
A lot of people don't want to upset them daughters.
Right.
A lot of men out here, you know, don't like when their daughters look at them funny. And them ISUPK soldiers, they too strict about the Bible. They too strict about the word of God. That's what an Israelite told me one time. Israelite said, I'm a red and white garment holder. I said, oh yeah? I laughed at him. He said, who you with? I said, I'm with the ISUPK, brother. You know what I'm saying? You better recognize. He said, oh yeah, you know, I was told about you guys. I said, oh yeah, what was you told about us? I was told y'all were strict. I said, you better believe it, man. We don't want no jokers up in here.
Right.
So the red and white garment holders, they say we strict. We too strict about the Most High. And guess where I saw that same brother maybe a few days later, sitting with some jakes in the world smoking blunts. Smoking blunts. So more power to you, red, white garment holders, and you purple garment holders, and you white garment holders, and all you other garment holders. You know what I'm saying? More power to you, man. But we ain't got long for your nonsense.
Right.
In the end, there will be a battle.
That's right.
In the end, there will be a fight.
Right.
And in the end, the Lord will choose and let everybody know who his chosen are.
Right.
And it ain't gonna be every Israelite school out here.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
I mean, what you bringing out is so heavy. I had a young brother tell me one time too. He said, that's the problem with y'all super Hebrews. I was like, what you mean, brother? He was like, y'all super Hebrews. Then he turned to the crowd like, you know, these brothers in the ISUPK, they super bruised. You know what I mean? They real strict. And I was just like, oath of water, brother.
Yeah, that's a compliment. God damn it.
Right.
Most High in Christ, brother. It make me smile.
Right.
Super Hebrew. Y'all got super, man. Y'all super Hebrews for sure. Now, when you gonna man up? Because anything outside of being a super Hebrew is a bitch.
Right.
Okay? I'm gonna be straight up with you. Anything outside of being a super Hebrew is a bitch.
Right.
You understand? So that's what he's telling you, He said, come on, man. I'm still bitch made. You know what I mean? Why y'all so rough, man? Be kind. I'm still a little sweet and tender. You understand? Well, ain't no room for sweet and tender when you won West, man.
Right.
Christ ain't got no time for that. He ain't coming back to try to make you a man.
Right.
He ain't trying to bring you in the streets of gold to be sashaying and weak and tell you how wrong it is to smoke a blunt. You already know.
Right.
You already know being weak ain't a good thing.
Right.
And that's why our oppressor don't respect us now, because he find weakness to be disgusting. I'm going to get into that later, Lord will.
Right.
You understand? Read on. Read that last line again.
Okay. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
That you may stand out above the rest. Because once again, there's an advantage to being ISUPK.
Right.
You understand? And you want to stand out. You get down with us, brother. Get your manhood on, and you will stand out. You will be illuminated. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Give not thine honor to another.
And that's what we never do up in here. We don't give our honor to another, man. You understand? Y'all want to befriend heathens and let them sit up in your classes and speak Hebrew with you and say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew with you and all that. Y'all got it, man. Y'all got it. But we ain't going to give our honor to another.
Right.
You understand? We ain't got enough love for our enemies right now. Because all of our people ain't loved yet.
Right.
Once we done loved all our people and we gather together, then we can talk about the idea of loving an outsider.
Right.
Until then, all our love and honor goes to each other, man.
Right.
We will not give our honor to another. Read.
Nor the things that are profitable unto thee.
And the Lord showed us in the Bible there's a lot of things profitable unto us, man. Researching and knowledge and history and our customs, our holidays, man.
Right.
We're about to celebrate Purim.
Right.
We coming up on the Passover, man.
Right.
Those things meant something to our ancestors, man.
Right.
Those aren't white holidays, man. Those aren't white, Jewish, Israeli holidays. Those are black and brown holidays,
Right.
representing when the Lord destroyed our enemies for us before our face, man, and gave us the strength to battle and defeat our enemies, man. Our holidays mean something, man. They mean something. And those things that are profitable unto us, the anointing, man, our Hebrew prayers, our ancient Hebrew, being priests, teaching and counseling our brothers and sisters, man, going on these streets, raising up our brothers and seeing a look on their face when the Holy Spirit hit them for the first time. Those profitable things, go ahead.
To a strange nation.
We don't give them to a strange nation, man. We don't give them to a strange nation. Heathens be on my damn DM all the time, you dying? I don't know why. Hey, man, can I honestly join you guys? What can I do for you guys, man? I'm being serious, man. I know I ain't one of you guys, but what can I do, man? I said, empty your bank account out, give a hefty donation, and send me all the receipts. Snapshot all the receipts that they go into the ISUPK.
Right.
He ain't say nothing after that. Then he start just talking about frivolous, dumb things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some old text about some message he sent me about timberlands.
Right.
You understand? The heathens, you understand? They just, you know, we don't give things that's profitable unto us to strange nations, man.
Right.
To other people. Now, you Christian Israelite groups, listen, I can't stop you. This is America. This is America. This is Satan's kingdom. You understand? Do what you must. Do what you feel is right. But in the end, you know, the wheat gonna be separated from the tares.
Right.
The wheat gonna be separated from the tares. And you might get caught up with them tares.
Right.
Because the devil got angels.
Right.
The devil and his angels.
Right.
The Lord going to destroy, man. And you could very well get caught up. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 4. Oh, Israel.
Or what?
Israel.
These the Jews, man. There's an advantage being an Israelite, a Jew. Being an Israelite makes you better than everybody else.
Right.
Makes you better than everybody else. And I know there's no, that ain't right. That's racist. That is unfair. That's inequality. That ain't democracy. Well, the Bible ain't never been democratic.
Right.
Christ ain't no Democrat.
Right.
The laws of God is not democratic.
Right.
You understand? It is not. Everybody is not equal in the Bible.
Right.
Hell, even amongst Israelites, everybody ain't equal.
Right.
You understand? Equality is a Christian term. It's actually a gay term.
Right.
It's a gay term. What's equal about a pit bull and a rhinoceros? Nothing.
Right.
Is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. They're just not equal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all bleed red. Well, so do dogs and cats.
Right.
And skunks and squirrels.
Right.
They bleed red too, but ain't nothing equal about us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's an insane Christian American dumb theory that
Right.
think we all equal because we got eyeballs,
Right.
or because we got teeth, or because we bleed red.
Right.
It's stupid.
Right.
It's no equality, man. Israelites are better than everybody. That's that.
Right.
The real Jews are better than everybody. That's that.
Right.
And Jewish people are thieves, liars, and culture bandits. That's just the truth.
Right.
It's not anti anything. It's just the truth.
Right.
Read 4 again.
Abakan. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
O Israel.
Oh, Israel, go ahead.
Happy are we.
Happy as hell are we. Happy are we. Why? Go ahead. First of all, we know there's an advantage to being us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? First and foremost, we know that it's profitable being us. Goddamn.
Right.
First and foremost, why are we so damn happy? Go ahead.
For things that are pleasing to God.
Guess what? There are a lot of things that please God. There's a lot of things that piss our God off now.
Right.
You know that. Egypt found that out.
Right.
Egypt found out what pisses off the Most High. Hell, we the Israelites, we his children, and
Right.
we found out what pisses off
Right.
the Most High.
Right.
You understand? So there's a lot of things that piss off our God, man. And our God will make it known that he pissed off. But there's a lot of things that pleases our God, man. Pleases our God.
Right.
Why can you be happy being an Israelite? Be at peace, feel good about being an Israelite? Because the things that are pleasing unto God, you know, and I'm talking about God, the Most High
Right.
Yahweh, the
Right.
Creator, man.
Right.
He created that hot ass thing up in the sky called the sun.
Right.
That'll burn you to hell up if you get too close.
Right.
Hell, it burn you up while we down here on the earth.
Right.
You got to run for shelter. It's so powerful. He made that thing.
Right.
He made that light at nighttime called the moon.
Right.
All them minor lights called the stars.
Right.
He made this earth, this planet. You understand? He made
Right.
all the people in it, all the animals.
Right.
Then he made the earth and gave the earth an ability to feed all the animals
Right.
and all the vegetation
Right.
and all the people that's on the earth.
Right.
He made everything beautiful and perfect, man.
Right.
I was driving through Fairmount Park the other day. It was raining all day for 2 days, man. I drove past Fairmount Park and there was a mist. It was fall in Fairmount Park,
Right.
which was the Lord bringing that moisture down, feeding all the grass and the trees and everything in the park, man. All
Right.
of the earth, man. Feeding the earth, man. Out of all his responsibility of controlling the war between Russia and America, controlling Israel and the Arabs, controlling China and what they do, controlling all the world affairs and the world wars. He controls that. Controlling who gets blessed amongst Israelites, who gets punished amongst Israelites,
Right.
controlling what storms destroy who, and what plagues plague who.
Right.
Amongst all that, who's supposed to die? Who's supposed to be born? You understand? The Most High controls all of that, man.
Right.
And he still looks down on little old us, and make sure we good.
Right.
You understand? Out of all he got to do. You understand? The things that are pleasing to him, go ahead.
Are made known unto us.
Are what?
Made known unto us.
Everybody don't know how to please God.
Right.
It's amazing.
Right.
It's amazing when you hear Christians talk. I just saw some show with a Catholic priest doing a whole prayer to God, and he pulled out a big ass cigarette. He was dying of lung cancer, right? He was dying of lung cancer, and he praying or something and doing the whole that Catholic thing around the shoulders and chest, and then pulled out a cigarette, and they start talking. I said, look at this. Abomination, man. You understand? Abomination. You understand? All you Christians, man.
Right.
You claim to follow God, follow Jesus Christ, and you the most selfish, evilest people on earth, man.
Right.
I listen to that Steve Harvey show. They're a whole radio show of Christians on there.
Right.
You understand? And their main advice to everybody is if you ain't happy, leave that nigga. If she doing you wrong, leave that hoe. Yeah, leave her. Leave her. Everybody's supposed to break up, man. That's their main solution to everything. You understand? None of it is guided by the word of God or the law or the oracles of God. None of it is guided by that. The entire Christian organization, they allowed to do what they want. It didn't become a religion where they can do what they want, and I guess God know that they got a old pretty little heart inside their chest. Nobody else know it because we see you do evil all the damn time. See how selfish you are. You think you can be a homosexual and still have a good heart. And God knows you got a good heart, so he loves and kisses you, huh? Well, that's what the church teaches, but they got it wrong.
Right.
They got it wrong. Why? Because the things that please God, it ain't made known to them.
Right.
It ain't made known to them. It's made known to the Israelites, Israel. You understand? And even more stricter than that, like everybody say we so strict, is only made known to the Israelites in the ISUPK.
Right.
Just because you know how to say shalom or shalom, it don't mean you're in the truth.
Right.
Just because you know how to say Yahweh Shah Mashiach, it don't mean you're in the truth.
Right.
Just because you stop eating pork, it don't even mean you're in the truth.
Right.
Brother went up to Christ when he walked this earth and said, Lord, I follow the commandments from my youth, all of them. I do right by people. I do this and that. Tell me, am I lacking anything to make it into your kingdom? He said, you do all those things. That's right. But one thing you got to do to show that you can be down with me. Sell everything you have and give it to the poor. Then you come on, get down with me. And the scriptures say that man had a lot of possessions, but he couldn't part with it. He didn't find God or Christ or the kingdom worth giving up his temporary riches or wealth or gain. You understand? That's where you got to go to follow Christ. That's the sacrifice that every ISUPK soldier then made.
Right.
You understand? We looked at our life in the past and said, man, some of us doing pretty good as far as the world is concerned. You understand? Some of us, got all type of connections as far as the world is concerned. We know once we stand with the Lord, everything, is cut off. You understand? But what you don't understand, even though you lose all that, the Lord told you in the Bible, He's gonna give you back 100-fold.
Right.
On this side. So once you come up in the truth and learn and get some wisdom, you can make them same connections, same deals, standing with the Lord.
Right.
You understand? Get that same gain in righteousness, man.
Right.
In righteousness. I'm living it. I'm living it. I ain't have to ask no oppressor for time off in 25 years. I ain't have to ask no oppressor for time off or vacation or raise for 25 years, man. You understand? And the brothers I roll with are well taken care of. You understand? This is a beautiful life.
Right.
A beautiful life. The things that are pleasing unto the Most High God, Yahweh, God of Israel, are made known unto us, man. That's a beautiful thing. Now I'm going to get into some of these stories that's coming out, Yediah. And I think we may have a question later on. But let's go to that first one. Let's go to the U.S. service members. Some of them I read briefly. You're going to find out that everything in America is racist. Why? Because this is the land. This is the land of our punishment. So everything here is against us. Black and brown people try to, we see that how they treating us, they treat us wrong, and we think, oh man, they killing us, they lynching us. They call themselves patriots, patriotic and all that. You know what? I'm gonna show them that I am patriotic too. And you go join the military. You go join this man's military, although he beat you and murder you and oppress you. You join his military. Why? To show him, listen, we the same. That old equality. We the same. We wear the same uniform, carry the same rifle. We fight for the same cause. You understand? We fight for the same country. We both love America. And you think your oppressor gonna say, you know what, you're right. I see it now. No, this is a whole nother animal, man.
Right.
He gonna hate you while you got the same uniform on that he got. While you carrying the same rifle, fighting for the same country, pledging the same allegiance to the same flag, he gonna hate you for doing it with him. You understand? He gonna hate you. You want to say something? No sweat. Read.
Honorable Khan. U.S. service members are turning down assignments due to racism.
You hear that? U.S. service members, so military men, black and brown soldiers, military men, they're getting assigned different jobs in the military, and they saying hell no about it. They saying no because it's racism all over this goddamn military, man. And they know that although you fighting for America and showing you're a patriot, they know that these people are full of Satan, man. In certain places, even though you in the military, train to fight and kill, just like your oppressor, you get put in areas where they outnumber you. And you liable to still get lynched. Even in the military, on the same military base with people that's supposed to be your comrades and your fellow soldiers, they liable to lynch and murder you or make some accident happen to you. Because they cannot stand you. They still hate you, man. They don't accept you as friends, no matter what you do. You understand? Go ahead.
Khan Khan. According to a new survey, racism with the armed forces is making service members reject assignments.
Right. They getting their assignments and they turning them down, man. And they turn them down. It ain't nothing small when you turn down an assignment, man. They can start blackballing you. Read on.
Khan. It says, Stars and Stripes reports a survey for Blue Star families and Syracuse University's Institute for Veterans and Military Families stated 42% of active duty troops of color had concerns about racism at particular bases.
42%, man, had concerns about racism in the military. You ain't even safe with the rifle in your hand.
Right.
You're not even safe being a trained killer with a rifle on your hand. Why? Because your oppressor right next to you with a rifle in his hand, and he a trained killer too, and looking at you like, when is my chance to shoot this nigga? You understand? That's what you got to live through. Go ahead.
Khan. It says the survey states other troops and their families have made similar decisions, knowing that their career and advancement could be negatively affected.
Right. So you join the military, you buy because you fall for them commercials they put out when you're a young man. Come join the army, have a career, get a college scholarship and funds toward college and school, and get a career in the army and this and that. And you fall for it and you go there. And now you find out that the devils on your military base are just as racist as the devils trying to kill you in your neighborhood when you was back home now. Now you find out that certain places in the military you can't go because it is dangerous to your life.
Right.
And so now you got to turn it down so you don't lose your life. And now turning it down ruins your whole purpose of going there for a career, for a better so-called better future. Now you got to say no and ruin your career. Go ahead.
It also relays that around 66% of minority troops who turned down orders said they were given a less attractive assignment, saw less opportunity for promotion.
Yeah, so they punish you. You don't do it because you got your wife and your kids on the base, and now they want to assign you to something that you know when you go there, your kids are going to catch hell. They're going to treat your wife like dirt and treat you like dirt in front of your damn family. Emasculate you, man. So you don't want to go through that type of racism, so you turn down that assignment, and you know what they do? They punish you for it. They give you a horrible job somewhere. Some old to police, it's being a traffic police. Some old desk job or some traffic police or foot cop. That's the punishment for them. In Russia, the Russian military, they send you to Siberia. You understand? That's where everybody hated to go, in Russia. You understand? It's like the punishment. So if you black, you can't win for losing in our oppressors' military. Because to get the good jobs, you're going to be around a lot of racist oppressors that want you dead, even though you got the same uniform as them. So when you turn it down for your safety, now you get punished on some BS job. Go ahead.
Or receive a poor evaluation.
Or get evaluated. When evaluation comes, you get a negative evaluation, man. Because you turn down that job that can endanger you and your family. Go ahead.
Or had their careers ended.
Look at that. Or just get booted out, man. What they call it, dishonorable discharge.
Right.
You mess around, get a dishonorable discharge, and then you back in the hood, got to deal with your everyday racist white people, right? And you trying to get a job with a mark on your sheet. That's like slavery. It's like you go to the plantation, master, can I be your slave? Well, let me see. Let me pull out your record, boy. Wait a minute. Dishonorable discharge. Oh, you's a bad nigga, huh? And you can't even get a slavery because they didn't label you as dishonorable discharge, man. That's like having a damn felony.
Right.
In America. Read.
Khan. It says nearly 70% of the surveyed active duty minority service members agreed that they were regarded as valued by their military community, and 79% said the military positively It says influenced their professional growth. That said 41% also said they had experienced racial or ethnic discrimination or harassment by their peers.
Khan, go ahead.
Honorable Khan.
That's what, 41%? Go ahead.
Honorable Khan. A majority of the regions that troops and their families specifically expressed concern about racial profiling and discrimination included the Midwest, South, and West.
Look at that. You get racial profile in the military. In the military, imagine that. You coming off some duty or some assignment you had, driving down the road back to base, and these devils pull you over because they see you a black man or brown man in the military uniform. Pull, where you coming from? Where you coming from, boy? Well, I'm just coming from my assignment over on something. Dude, who you looking at like that, boy? Start some trouble with you. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to flex so they could shoot you down in the ground, man. Or you just disappear. Your squad think you done went AWOL. You somewhere under the ground or hanging from some tree somewhere in the woods. You understand? It's just as dangerous in our oppressors' military as it is in the police force. Police say the same thing. It's dangerous being a cop, a black and brown cop amongst these devils, these kill squads in these American police. Read. Okay, no sweat. Go to that next one then. Speaking of police, American police are just as evil, man, just as racist. You know what I'm saying? Go to the Amir Locke one.
Didn't give him a chance. Tragic video of Amir Locke shooting released. Minneapolis mayor puts temporary stop on no-knock warrants.
Right, imagine being asleep. Now, you can't even sleep while black. Breonna Taylor found that out, her and her man. And now this brother found it out too. You can't even sleep in your place while black. These fools got the key to the spot, man. Went up in the man's house. He on the cover sleep, knocked out. They approach him with lights and guns drawn. He happened to wake up out of his sleep and see men in his house. I can imagine what they'd have shot me too. Because if I open my eyes and I see strange men in my house, my brain ain't clear, your vision ain't all the way clear, but I'm going immediately into defense mode. And if my piece is next to me, I'm grabbing it too. That could have been any of us, man. And they shot this brother, man, because he woke up to defend himself in his own home. We'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what's going to happen. Go ahead.
Minneapolis police are under public scrutiny after a video of officers shooting a black man after bursting into the apartment he was staying in while executing a no-knock warrant was made public last week.
Goddamn no-knock warrants, man. No-knock warrants, like General Hyman brought out the other day, man. No-knock warrants were made to sneak up on drug dealers before they had a time to get rid of the drugs. You understand? Now they just using no-knock warrants for any goddamn thing. For anything. And murdering. Because you ain't knocking, you startling people, and they murdering you. Because you startled and you moved the wrong way, they murder you. This is physical, literal hell that we living in, man. Read on.
Honorable Khan. Amir Locke was fatally shot by a Minneapolis police officer on Wednesday, February 2nd, after a SWAT team barged into the downtown apartment as a part of a homicide investigation.
Investigating a homicide. They ain't even looking for drugs, man. That's what the no-knock warrants was made for drugs. But this is a homicide case they looking for. And going to the place, and the people ain't there. And they always going into the wrong place, or the people ain't there no more, or some problem with this damn thing. But it don't stop them from doing it. And they don't do this to white people. They don't serve no-knock warrants in white families, wealthy families, and suburban neighborhoods. They don't do this, man. They only do this to black and brown people in rural communities, man, in the hood. They only do this to us. Go ahead.
Honorable Khan. Police allege that Locke was shot by Officer Mark Heyman after he aimed a gun at the officer. However, video footage from the officer's body cam shows a blanket-wrapped form with a gun in his right hand struggling to rise from a sleeping position on a couch after being startled by the cacophony of the SWAT team invading the living room early Wednesday morning.
Right. They lie, in other words, like they always do. They lie on the reports and lie, and there should be jail time for that, man, in a righteous society. To lie on the goddamn report like they always do.
Right.
They pointed a gun at him. He didn't point no gun. The video was clear. He did shit trying to untangle his ass out of the blanket.
Right.
You understand? So he could hold his dukes up or something so he could defend himself. He looked like he being attacked. He just coming out of his sleep in the damn blanket, man. It's ridiculous. We got that video? No, sir. Let's show the people the video again. They always, man, he pointed a gun at us. We went in. He got up and pointed a gun at us, and we had to fire. Police are a bunch of cowards, man. A bunch of cowards. When people really did have guns and weapons, they were kittens, like January 6th. They put it in slow motion. So now he waking the hell up just now, waking up. Just now waking up. Still wrapped up in the blanket. He can't even get in the proper fighting stance because he wrapped up in the blanket. Before he get to his feet, they make sure they put a few in it and murder his brother, man.
We can just go right back. They kicked the couch as well, so right here, this fellow about to come up and boom.
I see. Okay. So he's sleep. He dead sleep. They kicked the couch to wake him up. And because he wake up the wrong way and twisted and turning in that cover, they shot him and murdered him, man. All of them police should go to prison. They should all go to prison, man. The American police force are a bunch of racists that hate us, man. No black and brown person should be the police. There's no such thing as a good cop either.
Right.
We tired of that BS too. There's no such thing as a damn good cop. Go to that Tamir Rice story. His mother, she wanted the case reopened and investigated, man, because there was a crime done on that day that they dismissed like it wasn't nothing, like they always do with us. Murder our baby. Well, murder one of our babies, man. And then just say, well, you know, it was a good killing, a good shooting, a legal shooting, and that's that. And we supposed to swallow it down. So as the Lord bringing this kingdom down, black and brown people are seeing that if they get the right lawyers and get the right publicity and get the right media coverage, they may have some of government officials, you know, might want to look into this again and do something about it. Because once again, that old devil that killed George Floyd, he wasn't supposed to go to jail, not in America. The fact that he went to jail shows America's falling. Because they murder us all the time and get away with it. Get away with it. George, he was supposed to be found not guilty because George Floyd died because of breathing car smoke and them drugs that he took earlier that day. You understand? It wasn't that he couldn't breathe for 9 minutes. He was supposed to beat that case. Come on, two devils that killed Ahmaud Arbery, which we're going to get into in a second. You understand? They wasn't supposed to be found guilty either. You know what I mean? What you got?
Big disappointment. Tamir Rice's mother, Samaria, vents frustration with Assistant General Christine Clark and DOJ's decision to keep slain sons.
The Department of Justice, they trying to keep the case closed. They don't want to go back into it, man. Why? Because America, they don't like to put too much heat on their own white citizens. They don't like that. So they try their best to keep it closed until they have to, until enough people start talking about it, until enough white liberals start talking about it, enough Democrats and enough of the media get out in the news and is always in the news and people talking about it all the time. Then it's like, oh my God, we better do something. You understand? So she's on that road trying to get it out there, trying to reopen that case, trying to get, you know, make his story stay up out there in the media, so that maybe somebody could take it up and take another look at it. Go ahead. Because there's no statute of limitations on murder. Go ahead.
Honorable Khan. Samaria Rice, mother of Tamir Rice, is angry with the Department of Justice, more specifically Assistant Attorney General Christine Clark, who denied a request to reopen Tamir Rice's case.
Mm-hmm. So she don't want to open the case. She denied the reopening of the case. You understand? Go ahead.
Honorable Khan says, as a black woman, you are a big disappointment, and you sit me down in your office and tell me you had to sit your own son down, lady. I don't want to hear all of that. You understand that my life has changed completely.
And a lot of us get in these positions with a little power and become good boys and girls for our oppressor, man. Become good little slaves because she don't want to shake the boat. She don't want to rock the apple cart. You understand? She knows she going to be looked down on by some of her racist superiors if she go back into this. You understand? So she fighting to keep it closed. They think it was a good killing. You understand? A good shooting. And they trying to keep it closed. Go ahead.
Honorable Khan, on November 22nd, 2014, 12-year-old Tamir Rice was shot and killed by now former Cleveland police officer Timothy Loughnane within 2 seconds.
2 seconds, man. 2 seconds. You don't care. The babies can't get 2 seconds. They can't get 2 seconds. You roll up on them like you King Boss, man. Like you Superman. Take a position where you'll be safe. You understand? Take a position where you get there, you'll stand back and give the assailant time to put the gun down, put the weapon down, and do the right thing so you can see what's going on. And listen, that's what gets done when it's white people. That's what happens when it's white people. All the care in the world and time and patience in the world is given to them. You understand? But us, no, ain't no patience for them. Ain't no patience for these Negroes. No patience for these Hispanics. We on them, and I'm on them, and if they make any false move, they out of here. I'll blow their brains out. That's the mentality when it comes to us. You understand? I'm gonna go to the next one, you die. Let's sit on that one. Go to them two detectives. Two detectives. Like the police got no love for us. Once again, they shoot us with no knock warrants. You understand? Our kids can't have toy guns with the orange tip. The orange tip's supposed to let you know it's a toy gun. You understand? And from what I understand, he had the orange tip, all right? And he still got murdered in the street. Why? Because his life is not valuable to them. Our lives don't matter and are invaluable. You know, there's no value to our lives when it comes to them. And they know they can get away with it. They know they can get away with it. You understand? Read.
Honorable Khan, Bridgeport detectives suspended over handling of probes into deaths of 2 black women.
So 2 black women died. And once again, just like Ahmaud Arbery, when he was killed, the police and the people that are supposed to handle legal things like that, the DA, they tried to cover that thing up. They ain't move on it. If they can cover it up, they will. If they can get their people off, they will. You understand? But then it got exposed. The video got out. Then they had to answer for it. And I think she quit or got fired. I think she was being investigated. The woman who dragged her feet and the people in that office, because the father that killed Ahmaud Arbery used to work in their offices. So it was their buddy. You know, and so their buddy murdered somebody. They try to look out for him and cover that up. So these situations, 2 black women get killed, and white cops don't really, you know, it ain't really the priority. It ain't really a priority. They drag their feet. Read the story.
Honorable Khan, Mayor Joe Ganim of Bridgeport, Connecticut, has suspended 2 police officers involved in investigating the deaths of 2 black women after weeks of increasingly scrutiny over the department's handling of the cases.
So weeks go by when 2 black women get killed, and it's like nothing happening, nothing going on. But meanwhile, you let little Debbie get murdered. She's in the news all the time, like the white woman who was just in the news. Because her and her boyfriend took a trip. He came back somewhere and she was gone. She was in the news every day. It was an all-out search until this thing was figured out. We don't get that treatment. 2 black women die here. and the police take their time for weeks. Go ahead.
Carnival Khan. Ganim said in a statement shared with NPR on
Michael
Sunday,
2 and 10.
Carnival Khan, that he was increasingly disappointed with the leadership of Bridgeport Police Department and called actions taken up to this point unacceptable.
Right. Go ahead. And listen, if it wouldn't have blown up and wouldn't got out of hand, he wouldn't even be saying this. He would be in league with him. But once it get out in the media and all the people and the officials start making calls and saying, why is this in the news? What's going on? What happened? He got to do his part to get it off him. They call it CYA. It's been around since I was doing security, man. Cover your ass. So now he got to cover his ass by punishing these two. He don't want to, you understand? But he got to do it, or else he'll catch the heat. Read.
Carnival Khan. It says both officers were involved in the investigations into the deaths of Lawrence Smith Fields and Brenda Lee Rawls, Black women who were both found dead on December 12th, whose families have for weeks accused police officers of not taking their cases seriously.
Right, your people died somewhere, man. You want to know what's going on. The people that got the authority to do the investigation, you want them to move their ass and figure this thing out. You know what I'm saying? Or hell, I can see if they deputize us, deputize the family. We figure something out, deputize us in the hood. We go do some investigating and we can legally do it. You understand? But it's your job, and they just drag their feet. They don't. It ain't really their priority. Them donuts is too good. You understand? Them late night parties that they come from, they tired. You know what I'm saying? You want to park somewhere in some lot somewhere and go to sleep. But figuring out why your loved one is dead and gone, you know, that ain't really the priority. And so now, obviously, the story goes viral. The family put it out there, and now, you know, now they do something about it. Go ahead, read.
Carnival Khan. The two cases remain under active investigation and have been reassigned to other police officers, Gannon said.
So now it's been reassigned to other officers who now, because of the media hype and everybody knowing about it and the publicity, they're going to now really try to do some investigating and figure out what happened. At least get a family an answer. You understand? But this place, man, they don't want no justice for us. They don't want to help us. They have no love for us. Micah 2 and 10 real quick. And then I'm going to go to the Ahmaud Arbery. Like the American, the military hates us. The police hates us. We say this all the time. The citizens hate us, man. You understand? Something happened to us and they, you know, it's like put on the back burner. Unless something happened to their sons, especially their daughters. Well, it's all out search, you know, it's a manhunt. The manhunt will begin. Where's the manhunt for these sisters, man? Go ahead.
Khan. This is the book of Micah 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart.
And that's why the prophet Micah prophesied and told us to arise and depart. We got to take our love out of this place. We got to take our spirit out of this place. Stop expecting their love. Stop expecting their love and their care, man. It saddens me every time I hear black people say, well, what y'all gonna do about it? When y'all gonna do this? When y'all gonna give us justice? When y'all... It's a sad affair when you got to beg the oppressor to find out who's oppressing you. When you got to beg the murderer to help find out who murdered your loved one. You understand? When you got to beg the people that hate you to find out which of their people that hated us murdered their family. You understand? It's a horrible thing. That's hell. That's hell. You understand? Read that again.
Oh God. Arise ye and depart.
Go ahead.
For this is not your rest.
How much clearer can he put it? America is not where we're supposed to find rest at.
Right.
This is not our rest.
Right.
This ain't the place where you get comfortable and expect all people come together and let's all love the same and love together.
Right.
And let's all be at peace together. America is not that place. America was not set up by God. God didn't let them get America to make it a land of peace for all people.
Right.
God let them take America to be a punishment for us.
Right.
And he placed us right here in America to be punished under them.
Right.
You understand? And then he took a remnant, an elect, and made sure they were safe.
Right.
Made sure they were safe, had mercy on them. You understand? We still in the hell,
Right.
but the Lord then gave us mercy and protection.
Right.
You understand? But we all still in this hell in America, man. But we understand what the prophet said when he said,
Right.
arise and depart. We didn't depart it out of America. We in hell, but we not of hell.
Right.
We in America, but we are not of America.
Right.
You'll never see us celebrating Christmas or the 4th of July.
Right.
You'll never see us celebrating Christmas and Easter.
Right.
You understand? We don't give a damn about President's Day and
Right.
Memorial Day. We don't give a damn about Lincoln's birthday.
Right.
You understand? We don't give a damn about your voting booths and choosing which oppressor we want to run this country for the next 4 years. We could give a damn. We can give a damn. You understand? Read.
Because it is polluted.
It is what?
Polluted.
Is America a good, nice place that God loves and wants us to have peace in? Hell no. He had his prophet tell us that it is polluted, man. Any place that we under these heathens, man. Any place that's not governed by the laws of the Most High is a horrible, evil, polluted place for us, man.
Right.
It is polluted. That's why the Lord said to arise and depart. Not physically, but spiritually, mentally. Take your care, your concern, your love, your search for peace, your search for love, your infinity. Take that out of America, man.
Right.
Read.
It shall destroy you.
Because if you don't, it will destroy you. That's why black people be so hurt when white people do something horrible, man. You Christians, you cry more than anybody when white people do something horrible to us. Oh my God, it need to be investigated. I can't believe they did that. Because they done broke your little Christian heart. You thought that was Jesus. You thought that was white Jesus. And that he would kiss and love everybody like white Jesus does. Except when he murdered you and stabbed you and killed your family member, now you all shook up. Donald Trump broke all your Christian hearts, man. When he showed you how much he didn't give a damn. And now all the politicians that love him still showing you they don't give a damn. And all the citizens that back him up and want to raise the South again, they showing you they don't give a damn. And it's breaking your little hearts. So much that you believe the other oppressor who's telling you to come vote for me and I'll protect you from Donald Trump. Come vote for me and we'll protect you from the Republicans. And now you running for another a white savior. You running for the next white savior, man. Where none of them have your well-being at heart.
Right.
They're all out for the well-being of themselves. Good old America. Good old America. Read.
Even with a sore destruction.
It'll destroy you even with a sore destruction. So stop trying to love this place and make this place what God, something other than what God made it to be. Stop trying to make this place your good old peaceful Christian sanctuary, man. Ain't nothing peaceful about Christians. That's the reality of it. Christians got a facade like they the sweet home of love and beauty and floating white Jesus. When the Christian church is a demonic house of Satan, man.
Right.
Full of whores and liars and thieves and homosexuals. You understand? Corruption.
Right.
Up in the Christian church, man.
That's
Blasphemy up in the Christian church.
Right.
Nothing good. You mean Ahmaud Arbery story?
Gregory and Travis McMichael withdrew guilty pleas after judge rejected plea deal.
Right. So now they tried to make a plea deal, obviously trying to shorten their sentence and get out early. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just get a slap on the wrist. But once again, the Lord is bringing America down. This kingdom is falling. You understand? And so now the spirit was on a judge to say, no, we ain't giving you that plea deal. No, that ain't going. That ain't flying, that plea deal. So when the judge turned down the plea deal, they said, oh my God, well, we withdraw our guilty plea. Because if you plead guilty for a hate crime, you can be tried for the death penalty. You understand? And them devils don't want that. That ain't normal for them to have to go through that. And so their lawyers are telling them the best things to do. Listen, you get a plea deal, you ain't got to worry about the death penalty. You can do this and do that. But the judge threw a wrench in their plan and said no plea deal. So now they had to say, oh my God, well, okay, we pled guilty. Well, if you ain't gonna give us a deal, then we change that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't guilty. We plead not guilty. Go ahead.
Conor McCon. Federal hate crime trials to start this week. It could get ugly.
Mm-hmm.
After a federal judge rejected the terms of a plea deal, after a federal judge rejected the terms of a plea agreement reached between Gregory and Travis McMichael and the Justice Department, both father and son have withdrawn their guilty pleas to hate crimes connected to the shooting death of a Georgia black man.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Conor McCon. Gregory withdrew his guilty plea on hate crimes, kidnapping, and weapons charges related to the murder of Ahmaud Arbery on Thursday.
First, they pleaded guilty. Thought they can get a deal. All right, we did it, but give us a deal. We kidnapped them. We did this and did that. Broke the law. Go ahead. Murdered him. Go ahead.
Without these deals in place, the two are set to face federal hate crimes during a trial scheduled to start this Monday in U.S. District Court in Brunswick, Georgia. In addition to the hate crime charges, the three men are charged with one count of kidnapping and one count of having a firearm during the crime of violence.
Right.
Presiding over the case is District Court Judge Lisa Goodbay Wood. The judge that rejected the plea agreement would have given two of the three men convicted of murdering the 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery 30 years in federal prison before serving the rest of their state sentences.
They're looking at some time. They show you America's falling. Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Read.
Right. The judge said she did not want to be limited to that number of years to be served in prison. If I accepted,
right. She didn't want that deal because she don't want to be locked into 30. She might want to give him 50. She might want to give him life. Right. Go ahead.
Her decision was further cemented after hearing testimony from Travis, especially after hearing the shooter admit for the first time that he pursued and shot Arbery because of his race and color.
Well, listen to that. They didn't admit it, and the judge heard him admit it. They admitted for the first time that they chased down Ahmaud Arbery, pursued him, and shot him because of his color. That's the hate crime. But in America, it's so corrupt. It's so corrupt. You can flip it, and they won't even hold you accountable for saying the wrong thing in the beginning. In America, there could be laws that show that you're innocent. But if you don't know that law and your lawyer don't find that law, the judge ain't even allowed to talk about that law. You understand? It's like it's all on you. Everybody, and listen, they say in America, they tell you it ain't what you know, is what you can prove. And that is a wicked, wicked society. If you know this man did it, everybody knows he did it. Everybody knows he did it, but he can't find the video. Somebody erased the video, but everybody knows he did it. You understand? In this society, you let that murderer go free. You let that murderer go free. Let's go to the next one. Go to that attorney, Rachel Rollins. Once again, America is falling, man. And then I'm gonna go into some scriptures. I'm gonna go into the Wisdom of Solomon, second chapter. Like all these examples, man, are how there's two justice systems in America. There's two justice systems. Our oppressor, they look out for each other. They look out for each other and treat us totally different than they would their own. You understand? They are very tribal. And that's how black and brown people should be, man. That's what it is when the Lord say, don't give your honor to another. Or give the things that's honorable to a strange nation. We supposed to be tribal. We supposed to stick together and only commit our wonderful and valuable and wise things to each other, man. And not share with the world. Because they damn sure don't share with us. They surely don't share with us. I think I need a couple of quarters. You put all three in. Come. They surely don't share with us. You understand? They're about themselves. And we should be more tribal, more unified. You understand? And that's what the Lord taught the ISUPK in the Bible, man. We don't try to be inclusive. We don't have open minds to every thought and every theory and every philosophy. You understand? We're very closed-minded here in the ISUPK. Right. We learn this Bible, and if you come in with something outside of the Bible, you can miss us with that. Right. You can miss us with that. Read the story.
Kind of what kind?
And this is a U.S. attorney. You understand?
U.S. Attorney Rachel Collins calls for inclusion of neo-Nazis in gang database.
Now, she fighting to get the white supremacist racist neo-Nazis put in the gang database. Now, I know they got all, and it's going to show you, they got all type of black groups in the black database, gang database, affiliated with gangs and this and that. But nobody has done more murder than these white supremacists. Yet they ain't even in the gang database. Read.
In the wake of neo-Nazis targeting anti-racist doctors at Birmingham and Women's Hospital.
Listen to that. In Birmingham, these white supremacist neo-Nazis, man, they trying to kill anti-racist doctors. Anti-racist doctors. So if you're a doctor and you ain't racist, you willing to treat all races and all people, they want to kill you. They want to attack you, man. Because why? We're the superior race. We're the white power. They the superior race. They don't want nobody else getting treated by these doctors. And so they willing to assault these doctors for trying to treat everybody, people that ain't white people. Read.
In Women's Hospital at the end of January, Massachusetts' new U.S. Attorney Rachel Collins said she would like to see neo-Nazis included in gang databases.
Right. And not only them, all these white racist groups, the Proud Boys, that's a gang. That's a gang. All these different little groups, man, they should be in the database. Mm-hmm. You want to press little 54th Street crew, brothers, bunch of black brothers say, all right, we squad, we hang together, we 54th Street. You put them in the gang database when they ain't never shot nobody. Right. You understand? You tell black people, all right, you free from prison, but if you affiliate with any gang, you going back to prison. And now they go home to their family who live on Trey Deuce, and you come lock them up because they family members is Trey Deuce. Where he supposed to sleep? What the hell? They did Trey Deuce. But to white people, that's a gang. Go ahead.
When we look at who our gang database is filled with, it's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds.
15, 16, 17, 18, and 19-year-olds. Go ahead.
And 20-year-old black kids from Roxborough.
And 20-year-old black kids. They all up on the gang database. These young kids. They are assaulting our youth, man, assaulting our people, man. They all up in the gang database, but not these real killers. These real killers that's in real gangs, they not in the database.
Right.
There's a theme that goes through white people, right? If you are weak, they'll kill you and say they feared for their life. If you are strong, like those January 6th Trump supporters were, with weapons and strong as hell, then the police will not pull their weapons on you because they really fear for their life. When the police really fear for their life, it's all good. Hey, no problems here. No problems here, bud. When they really fear for their life. I didn't want to pull my weapon because I knew I was outnumbered and I knew it would make things worse. That's what they say, because he really feared for his life. But when it comes to black and brown people, we're not in the business of harming and murdering and hurting white people, man. And they know that. They look at it as weak, though, and it gives them the opportunity to mow us down and lie and say they fear for their life. That same theme is going on right here, man. Young kids, young black kids, black and brown kids, they affiliated with gangs and put them in the gang database, but the real killers, they don't want to bother them because they might catch some heat putting them in the database. They might get death threats in their businesses. You understand? They might get swastikas painted on their walls. Their car might get set on fire. The real killers and murderers, they don't want to mess with them. They act like they're invisible. But the ones they look at as weak and can't hurt them, they're the ones that they hurt. That's the spirit of a coward.
Right.
And that is the spirit of white people. Read.
Khan. Why are we looking at these neo-Nazis to enter them in the database as well?
Mm-hmm.
It is outrageous that there is this level of discourse that people feel comfortable engaging in right now.
Right? This discourse, this unfair, this injustice that's going on where blacks and brown people are hurt and targeted and made to label as criminals, when real murderers and killers and real rioters who storm the Capitol, real people who commit real treason. That's what that was, January 6th. Treason against the government. That's the Confederate government raising up against the American government, man. Remember, the South, they wanted the Confederates, man. They called themselves the Confederate States of America. They was trying to separate from America. You understand? And they went to war against America. Now, the United States of America beat the Confederate States. But the Confederate States ain't never lived that down. They still rising up, man. They still rising up right now. And that's what your January 6th was about. Read.
Khan. The city's police gang database has come under fire recently. The ACLU, in addition to other civil rights groups, sued the department over allegations of racism. And who puts the database, who gets put on the database, calling for more transparency.
Right, and that's the problem, because white people run everything. They're going through it in the NFL about the coaches. You understand? There's hardly no black coaches. So they made a rule where they ain't say you gotta hire black coaches. They just said you gotta interview some black coaches. And come to find out, one of the black coaches that was set up for an interview, he found out that they had already given the job to a white person, man. You understand? He found out by mistake that he had an interview tomorrow, even though they had already given the job to a white man. And so he's suing the NFL, you understand? Because their racism is blatant, man. And they just put on the facade that they're trying to do better. You understand? They put on that facade, that illusion. You understand? But we all know what it is. Let's read that last line again that you just read.
Khan.
It says everything.
Khan. It says, sued the department over allegations of racism and who gets put on the database, calling for more transparency.
So if white people makes the rules and the laws in the NFL, how can black and brown people win? If white people run in the courts and the jails and the police and the government, how can black people really how can we really win? We got to go to them for justice when they the ones hurting us. You understand? If white people is deciding who gets into the gang database, you best believe it's going to be black and brown people all up in the gang database. You understand? And the real killers, which are their sons and brothers and uncles and them themselves, they're not going to make it into the database. You understand? Once again, this is not our rest, man. This place is polluted. This place is polluted, and that's why Christ's going to destroy this place. Wisdom of Solomon 2:6.
This is the book of the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present.
Listen, and this is the spirit of white people. This is the spirit of our oppressor that the Wisdom of Solomon is breaking down. The Lord put the spirit on the prophets to capture the essence in the spirit of our oppressor and how deep inside of him, this is how his spirit thinks. Come and let us enjoy what?
The good things that are present.
Their lust, they love to just live good and wealthy and enjoy everything. They're so selfish. That's why it's very few The richest people on earth is a very few of these trillionaires, gazillionaires, while there's poor people in America. There should be no poor people in America as rich as this government is, man.
Right.
And the government officials themselves are so rich, if they gave a piece of their earnings and their business, the money they make from their businesses, there would be no poor in America. Nobody would need welfare.
Right.
But they're so greedy and selfish that all they want to do is enjoy the good things for themselves and their people. Go ahead.
And let us speedily use the creatures like as in you.
And everything that's created, all of the inventions, all of the people themselves, anything we can use to enjoy ourselves and live good lives, let's do it. Now, in order to do that, they know they can't make everybody rich. They can't let everybody be wealthy like them, or it wouldn't be as nice. If everybody is the same and rich like them, hell, how they going to live good? How you going to define living good if everybody's living wonderful and the same? They want to live deliciously and live and enjoy the good things. You understand? In order for there to be good things, there have to be bad things. So they got to keep some people down. They got to walk on some people so that they could stand up high. Read.
Verse 7. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine.
They want the best wine, man, the best drinks. They want the best. But if you wealthy enough to drink the best with them, that ain't no fun to them. They want to live good, and they don't want you to live good, black and brown people. Read.
And ointments.
Uh-huh.
And let no flower of the spring pass by us.
Let no beauty, nothing wonderful, nothing fresh and sweet. Let us get all that. Let's give them the leftovers. They get the leftovers. Once the fruit is rotten, once the flowers is old and decaying, then we give it to them. Black people know that well. We used to get all their hand-me-down books. That's why your Christians start marching for to sit in their schools and sit on their good, pretty desks and read them good, pretty books and drink out them nice, clean fountains because they gave us all the hand-me-downs because they love to have the best for themselves. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds.
Look at that. Go ahead.
Before they be withered.
We want the best things when they at their best. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness.
And listen to that. Let us. They ain't talking about everybody. He's saying let us, our people, let us go without his, let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Voluptuousness is wonderful things, the best of things, the overbursting with beauty and wonderfulness and good things. White people want it all for themselves. They want them and their people to enjoy the best things of life and not you. Go ahead.
Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place.
We're going to plant flags and stake a claim everywhere so that we can own everything, so that every piece will be ours. Go ahead.
For this is our portion.
Uh-huh.
And our lot is this.
This is our portion. Why? Because we are the physical counterparts of the spiritual demon Satan. And Satan runs the earth and everything in it, and he's our daddy. We work for him. So let us enjoy our part. This is our portion. This is our time. This is our kingdom. You understand? And our lot is this. Your lot is your reward. You understand? And, America belongs to them. Read.
Verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
Look at that. And they got no qualms about it. We the rich and the wealthy, but we must remember to always keep those people down. Or else this life of ours won't work so well. If we don't keep these people down, our good life goes to hell. If we let them come up, their God might change his mind. They might figure out some things. They might know what to eat, what to say, what to worship, what to celebrate. They might know how to take us down. We can't let them happen. Like Pharaoh said a long time ago when we were slaves in Egypt. These people might outnumber us and join to our enemies. So this is the fear that our oppressor has. He has a fear that he must oppress us, or we could rise up and take him down. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Go ahead.
Let us not spare the widow,
Let us not spare his widows. Go ahead.
nor reverence the ancient gray hairs
Or go ahead.
of the age.
Or respect his elders, man. Grandmama get pulled over cause she got a one light out, one brake light out. They pull her over and yank her out the car and throw her on her stomach on the damn street. This is how they treat us, because they don't respect our ancient gray hairs of our age. Read.
Verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice.
You see that? It don't pay to be weak to these people, man. It don't pay to be weak Christians to these people. It don't pay to give them your love and give them your honor and your patriotism. They don't respect none of that. It don't pay to wear their uniforms and carry a gun with them and say, all right, you my brother, let's go get him. After you go get whoever you're getting, they're going to turn on you because they never respect you. They never respect you. That's why the soldiers came home from the war after World War II, and if they was caught wearing an American uniform, they was lynched. Black soldiers had to come home and hurry up to take that uniform off and be regular old niggas, man. Read.
For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
He's telling you that right there. That which is feeble. If you're weak, it is found to be nothing worth. You're worthless. You're worthless to God. You're worthless to him if you're weak. And that's why we thank the Most High in Christ that the Lord allowed Commander General Yohana to hold down the ISUPK and set it up where men can come and be strong.
Right.
Where men can come and be men again. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 2:19. Where men can grow to be men again, and women can learn to be sweet and delicate flowers again. And they ain't got to be hard like America try to make you. They ain't got to be hard, stone-hearted monsters and gremlins. They could be sweet, delicate flowers, and we won't hurt your little hearts. We will take care of you in here. You understand? You obey the Most High, we obey the Most High, and we will protect you with our lives. You understand? Meanwhile, these people that despise us and hate us and think we're worthless, they can't stand us. They despise us. Wisdom of Solomon 2:19.
Oh God. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 19. Let us examine him with despitefulness.
So they check us out and they hate us, man. When they examine us and look at us, they hate us. They find out what we like to do as a people. They find out what's common in our culture, and then they make it illegal. Then they make it illegal so they can lock you up for a bunch of tiny things, man. Why do I got to go to jail because I crossed the street in the middle of the street and not at the corner? That's stupid, man. Because they know black and brown people, we got common sense. Instead of walking all the way to the corner and crossing, if there's no traffic, we crossing right here.
Right.
But they make it illegal. You don't never hear nobody white getting locked up for jaywalking. Never. That's only for us.
Right.
That's only the despitefulness that they have for us. What crime is it to sit on my front porch and drink a beer?
Right.
Who am I murdering?
Right.
Nobody. But they see that's just natural for us to do in our culture. And it came a day where they made it illegal and you can't do it no more. But meanwhile, hell, the police have beers in the middle of the goddamn street.
Right.
At some club for cops. Still on duty, off duty, whatever. They have a good beer and a good drink. Outside. Pissing right outside next to their truck. You understand? It goes on in these white neighborhoods. But nobody, bats an eye at it. Because they examine us with despitefulness. Go ahead.
And torture.
And what?
Torture.
And torture, man. They terrorize us in our black communities and brown communities. Read.
That we may know his meekness.
Uh-huh.
And prove his patience.
They trying to make sure that his people understand that we meek and we the low and that we weaker than them. They the superior race. That we may know his meekness and prove his patience. And you Christians, you didn't taught our people to be patient with these murderers, man. And they know you're gonna be patient with them. Right. They know they could do what they want to you. And if it gets out too big and it looks bad on the companies they work for, they'll just say, well, I apologize. I never meant to offend anyone. If I offended you, if you offended, well, why you think you saying I apologize? You offended some people because you could give a damn. But those little words that our oppressors say, you Christians eat it up. Like, well, he said he's sorry. Jesus said turn the other cheek. We got to forgive him. You understand? When that devil murdered them 9 Christians in that church in Carolina, the first thing them Christians said on camera was, we forgive him. He ain't even make it to jail yet. He ain't even get to the precinct to be questioned or anything. And they was already forgiving this devil, man. Christian church done destroyed us, man. Right. But our oppressor loves it. That's why he loves Christianity. He pushes it on us because it makes us weak and meek and soft, and he can take advantage of us. Right. You understand? He proves our patience when we Christian. Read.
Verse 20. Let us condemn him with a shameful death.
Look at this. George Floyd, Tamir Rice, Mike Brown, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, man. What's the brother in New York with this CDs and cigarettes? Garner? Eric Garner. Eric Garner, man. Mike Brown. You understand? Who? Freddie Gray, right. Freddie Gray. Let us, he said, what? Let us condemn him with a shameful death, man. They murder us like it ain't nothing, and they don't feel no way about it. They think we are shameful people.
Right.
They think we are weak people, full of meekness. And they examine us with despitefulness. So, and they torture us. So let us condemn them with a shameful death. Go ahead. That's their sentence. We condemn you, black and brown people, with shameful deaths because you're disgusting and weak. And we hate you. Go ahead.
For by his own saying, he shall be respected.
By his own saying, he shall be respected. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying, and this is a challenge because they know we say we the people that love God. We the people that love God, so it's damn near a challenge to us and God. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Such things they did imagine.
Such things. This is how the spirit of our oppressor thinks. This is what he imagines deep in his soul, man. Go ahead. To oppress us, to love him and utilize everything wonderful in the world and to live great and at the same time torture and oppress us. Go ahead.
And were deceived, for their own wickedness hath blinded them.
But you know the good thing? You know the good thing of their evil, wicked imaginations? They're deceiving themselves. They're deceiving themselves, man. Because the Lord is going to come back for his children.
Right.
The Lord is going to bring these people down and they are going to pay for every horrible thing they did, man. They were deceived, for their own wickedness blinded them, man. They so evil and so wicked that they blind to, like they forgot who our Father is.
Right.
Like they forgot why our God put them over us. Right. They forgot. They forgot that just like the prophecies say that we would be under them and they would be over us for not obeying our God, they forgot about the part that said we're going to return to him, even though they pay billions to stop us from returning to him, even though they got a lot of traps out here that keep us from obeying and finding our true God, the God of Israel. They don't know that God said, nevertheless, we still was going to make it to him and return to him. And he was going to hear us, and then it's curtains for him. It's curtains for the oppressor. It's over for the oppressor. That's what they forgot. That's what their wickedness made them blind to. Give me that one about the Jews, that Jew belong group. about Jewish people. We got Babylon and Timbuktu somewhere. Can we grab that? Let's get the story about Jewish people. You understand? They so angry. They want to protect themselves because everybody hate us. Why does everybody hate the Jewish man? Why? What did we do? Maybe because you rape and rob everybody. Maybe because you the sneakiest bastard on earth. Maybe it's because you pay for the you pay for the wars and pay for the ships and pay for the things that go to war, and then you supply both sides with weapons to get rich. Maybe it's because you start wars and then you make money off of the wars. Maybe that's why. Maybe because everybody knows you're a sneaky bastard, and because you in league from ancient Jews and ancient Israel, that you are Edomite child that comes from the Khazar Empire. You understand? Look that up. Maybe there's a book about you called the 13th tribe, showing your real people. Maybe it's because people hate you because a long time ago, an Egyptian ambassador named Gumnar Nasir made a national statement and said he will never accept Jewish people because he knows that the Jews left the land of Israel black, and he don't understand how they could at all return and be white people. You understand? That's why. Maybe you're hated by a lot of people because you still rape and rob the earth, man, and control the money and the wealth and the media. Maybe because with your media and with your Hollywood, you send witchcraft all across the earth to capture and control the minds of the people, man. Well, it don't work with the ISUPK. You understand? And some people in the world, it don't work with them either. They know you're a bunch of snakes. Right. And God know you're a bunch of snakes. Right. Read the story.
Colonel Khan, a group is putting up billboards calling out anti-Semitism in Florida.
Okay, so in Florida, they're putting up billboards to fight against anti-Semitism. What is anti-Semitism today? That's when you say anything bad about Jewish people, Israelis, or the Holocaust. Go ahead.
Colonel Khan, a nonprofit organization has put up 4 billboards throughout South Florida in an effort to raise awareness about anti-Semitism,
right,
and make people think about its effects.
Now, what is it? What is an anti-Semite? A Semite is somebody that's a descendant of who is it? The scripture. Shem, right? Shem. They're correct. It should be anti-Shemite. The children of Shem, one of Noah's son. You understand? Which Israelites come out of. A lot of nations come out of Shem, including white people. White people come out of Shem. I think Hamite. Oh, no, not Hamite. Sloppy. Arabs. The Arabs come out of Shem. The Caucasians come out of Shem. The 12 tribes of Israel come out of Shem. Go ahead. Moab and Ammite come out of Shem. You understand? Elam come out of Shem. Damn near all of us come out of Shem. You understand? But the chosen people out of Shem, God said, out of Shem, I'm gonna choose my son Abraham, who came out of Shem. And then I'm gonna choose his son Isaac. And then I'm gonna choose Jacob. You understand? When he chose Isaac, he separated the Arabs were done. The Arabs, Elam, and all of them, they were out of it because they don't come from Abraham. They don't come from Abraham. They don't come from Isaac. You understand? He chose Isaac. He chose Isaac out of Abraham. And then Esau and Jacob came out of Isaac. They were the last of the chosen Semites, but the Lord chose Jacob and did not choose Esau. So the real And the real Semites or Shemites, they were chosen by God, are the 12 tribes of Israel, man, black and brown people in the ghettos of Central and South and North America, man. Those are the real chosen Shemites. And anybody that's against them are anti-Shemitic. White people who torment us and oppress us and hurt and murder us, they are the real anti-Shemites because they hurt the true descendants of Shem, the chosen descendants of Shem. You understand? But these Jewish people, these Jewish Caucasian people, they trying to make everybody still trying to live in the pretense that they are the Jews, they are the Jewish people. And so they making billboards to teach everybody to be nice to them. And if you do anything against them and speak against them, that you're wrong and you can be punished. Whoopi Goldberg found that out. Nick Cannon found that out. Sports players found that out. You understand? Read.
Khan Khan, Jew Belong, an online resource created to welcome and inspire Jewish people, put up the billboards on Friday throughout the Miami.
And the group is called Jew Belong, like they belong to the Jews. Please, please. The book of Revelations talk about you Jewish people who claim to be Jews but are not, but do lie. Christ said out his own mouth, but they are the synagogue of Satan, man.
Right.
That's what Christ said. I guess Jesus Christ, the king of the Jews, I guess he was anti-Semitic, huh? Jesus Christ was an anti-Semite. That's what them Jewish people need to hear. Jesus Christ was anti-Semitic because he spoke against you people that claim to be Jews and are not, but do lie. Read.
Khan Khan, as part of their campaign, End Jew Hate. The campaign comes at a time of heightened concern over a rise in anti-Semitism.
Jew hate. Jew hate. Jewish people talking about Jew hate. You know what Jew hate is? The lynchings in America. Black bodies and brown bodies hanging from trees. That's Jew hate.
All right.
George Floyd murder is Jew hate. Mike Brown, that's Jew hate. That cop that murdered Tamir Rice, that's Jew hate. That's Jew hate. Black and brown people being murdered by Americans is Jew hate. Right. But of course, Jewish people who got the power and got the media, they pretend to be Jews, and now they talking about Jew hate. What did it say after it say Jew hate?
Khan, the campaign comes at a time of heightened concern over a rise in anti-Semitism across the country.
Mm-hmm.
It comes weeks after a man held 4 people hostage at a Texas synagogue in an hour-long standoff and series of anti-Semitic vandalism in Chicago.
And a lot of people in this world, especially a lot of your Caucasian brothers, because all the Caucasians are your brothers, Jewish people. American Caucasian, Russian Caucasian, German Caucasian. Hell, you, Jewish people, are descendants from like Germans, Germany, and Poland. They like German, Polish, Slavic descendants, man, Russian descendants. You all the same people. You understand? And now you're talking about the world. There's a rise in the world for anti-Semitism because the world is tired of you pretending, man. And these people running up in your synagogues because they know you hold all the cards of the earth, man. They know you holding the cards of the earth. And they know you so, and you won't share. You won't share. Once upon a time, we were teaching classes in a studio over on 46th and Market in Philadelphia, right? That whole building was an insurance building owned by Jewish people, right? On the top of it, you got a little slave ship that blows in the wind. The slave ship of slaves, it blows in the wind when the wind blows. And that building it's a million rooms and offices in that building, man. And we occupied one of them, and the rest of them were just empty. There was a couple other groups and teachers like Job Corps. They used a couple of them offices for Job Corps, but there was like hundreds of rooms in that building, but only about 6 of them even being occupied. And they had air conditioning in that building every day. You understand? You go in the basement, and the basement looked like an abandoned place. Certain places of the building look abandoned, but these Jewish people would not sell that building to this day. To this day, that building is nothing. They haven't made it into anything. It's just sitting there. You understand? But the people that own it, they pay the taxes on it. They keep it up because Jewish people do not give a crumb. They don't sell their property. You understand? They'll rent it to you, but they don't sell nothing. They don't give up no businesses. They don't give up no money. You understand? They like the damn vultures of the earth. Right. But they're not the only ones because the other Caucasian tribes are vultures too.
Right.
You understand? They all got the same spirit. But some Caucasians make the mistake of thinking Jewish people are some other type of people that's greedy and won't let white people be superior. When they the same white people as you, man.
Right.
Once again, the scriptures say their fathers have inherited lies and taught the children lies, so they don't know no better. You understand? Right. Read. Then I'm gonna go to the basic black scripture, Jeremiah 14:2 first.
It says last weekend Nazi demonstrations took place in Orlando, and the week prior
Nazis. So the white Nazis, the white nationalists, they had a demonstration where?
In Orlando.
And what happened?
And the week prior, hundreds of flyers with anti-Semitic language were distributed in various South Florida nations.
So once again, the white nationalists, they claim Germany. They claim Germany and Nazism. That Trump is a goddamn German. You understand? This South rising up, they sport that swastika, man. Because why? They look at Germany and the history of Germany, and they like how Germany did things. Germany was the superior white race, and they let everybody know about it. And if you had a problem with it, you know, they would annihilate you. And that's what these white Americans want to do, trying to raise the spirit of the South up again in America, man. They trying to do the same thing. So they had a rally, you know what I mean? They call them Nazis, but these are Americans. Americans that want to fashion their life after the pattern of Nazi Germany. You understand? Right. And Jewish people are scared to death. Jewish people are scared to death because their brothers hate them. Hate them. Read. So well, that's it on the scripture. So let's go to Jeremiah 14:2. Now we're gonna go into the word of God and briefly read some scriptures on the real Jews. We just read about Jewish hate and what the Jewish people are doing about it. When you search your history, Jewish people are the same type of Caucasians as American Caucasians. Right. Same type of Caucasian as German Caucasians, as Polish Caucasians, as Russian Caucasians, as French Caucasians. They're all the same. You understand? Right. But they claim their tribe to be separate from the rest of them. You understand? Read.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2.
Listen to the prophet Jeremiah. Go ahead.
Judah, morning.
So now, once again, we're talking about Jews. We're talking about Jews. That's what the term Jew is, like a short abbreviation for the tribe of Judah. You understand? So Jeremiah is talking about the Jews in Jeremiah 14:2. And he said, what about Judah?
Judah, mourning.
He said the Jews are mourning. The Jews are mourning. Judah, mourning. That's what mourning is, old Quaker English for mourning, meaning being sad, being in a bad way, being the oppressed. And we are mourning. Look at us. Look at us, man. George Floyd get killed on national TV, and we still have to go through a whole trial and proof and hoping that we get some justice and hoping that they see that he was murdered like the whole world saw. But it ain't nothing never guaranteed us because we are the oppressed, man. We the oppressed. We the first fired, the last hired. We the one shot down from police to the military to regular old American citizens. We murdered just for the color of our skin. We murdered for sleeping in our own house, man, on a no-knock warrant. That's why we in mourning and can't get no justice about it. Tamir Rice's mother trying to open the case. They don't want to reopen the case. So we in mourning. Read.
And the gates thereof languish.
And the gates of the Jews would be languished, meaning would be weak, would have no power or strength. What are the gates of a people? They're leaders. They're leaders. Who's the leaders of black and brown people? Your religious leaders. Your religious and political leaders, man. Right. and they have all sold out to our oppressor. You don't hear them making no noise when real black issues come up, man. When COVID was killing us in the communities, the church shut their doors, man. They didn't provide shelter. You understand? The politicians ain't doing a damn thing. You understand? Our gates languish, meaning become weak. Now, when you look at the other Jewish people, the ones who say they are Jews, are they in mourning? Hell no, they ain't in mourning. Hell no, the Arabs shoot a rocket over to them, they send jets and military to annihilate that area, man. They got protection and they can defend themselves, man. Are they in mourning? Hell no, because they rich as hell. They own Hollywood. Ask Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg got cash. She got money. You've been famous forever. But say something that Jewish people don't like, and boy, they show her who got the power. They ain't got no problem showing their power. You understand? So they ain't in mourning. Are Jewish people, are their gates, their leadership weak? Hell no. I just said Netanyahu and all their leaders bomb whoever the hell they want and brag and tell you there ain't nobody gonna stop them.
Right.
He said, as long as they attack us, we will attack them, and we don't care what nobody say. He said it. Don't care what nobody say. Killing civilians. Care about none of that. Their leadership is not weak. But Jeremiah said the Jews would be weak. So it ain't adding up. Jeremiah is describing the Jews, but these Jewish people, they don't fit this description.
Right.
We do got weak leadership, right?
Right.
Black people do got weak leadership.
That's right.
The real Jews, read on. So their gates would languish. Go ahead.
They are blood.
They are what?
Blood.
Read.
Unto the ground.
Now, when you read our ancient scrolls, it says Kodar Lu La Arataza, which is dark skin. That word black means dark like the earth's soil, because our skin is dark like the earth's soil, different shades of brown. Kodar La Arataza, it reads in the Hebrew, dark skin like the earth. Arataza is the earth. Like the earth's soil, like the ground, man. That's what ground means, the earth, the soil. Telling you that the Jews are dark skinned like the earth's soil, man. Different shades of brown. That's crystal clear. So now, according to the Bible, the Jews would be sad and in mourning because of the hell that they're in. The Jews would have weak leadership because they would sell out to their oppressors, and they would be dark skinned like the earth's soil, man. Different shades of brown. That don't fit you, Jewish man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You run the Diamond District, you own the banks, you run Hollywood, you run all the news stations, TV, media, but you don't fit this prophecy here about the real Jews. So I'm going to put my money on the fact that maybe you're not the Jews.
Right.
Maybe you're not the Jews. And maybe Christ knew what he was talking about when he said in Revelation 2:9 that I know the people that lie and say they are Jews and are not the Jews. Maybe Christ know what the hell he's talking about, Jewish people. You understand? Maybe the real anti-Semites are you for trying to be black people. Right. That's the real anti-Semite. That's the real Jewish hate. The hatred of the Jews is really you hating black people. Go to Revelation 1:14. First, get that. Go to Hebrews 7:14 first, and then Revelation 1:14. Now I'm going to read about the King of the Jews. Because ain't no doubt that our King, Jesus Christ, was a Jew. He was the King of the Jews. Let's see what he looked like. Did he look like Netanyahu? Or did he look like you guys? Let's see.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 7, and verse 14.
Uh-huh.
For it is evident.
It is evident, crystal clear, factual. Go ahead.
That our
Lord, Jesus Christ, Yahushua, go ahead.
Sprang out of Judah.
He was out of the tribe of Judah. That's what the Bible says, so that's a fact. He sprang out of the tribe of Judah. Judah is a term, is where we get Jew from. The term Jew comes from Judah. Now go to Revelation 1:14. So we know our King, Jesus Christ, he was a Jew. He was from the tribe of Judah. Now let's read about him, the description that the Lord left for him. 14. Revelation 1:14.
This is the book of Revelation, 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Had white woolly hair. Jesus Christ. Go ahead. That he call that nigger hair. Go ahead.
As white as snow.
As white as snow. Wool is the texture. Now it's talking about the color. White as snow, man. White as snow. When a black man's hair start turning gray, it looked like it looked like snow on his face. Look at the brothers in the school, man, from Judah to Ephraim too. I looked at Ashaparian recently, man. He got white woolly hair from the tribe of Ephraim. You understand? But look at a black man. Look at I know when I came to the truth, they used to reference Ned the Wino on Good Times. He was a black man. This description of Christ we reading about fits Ned the Wino. Dark skin, head full of woolly hair and white. Read.
Oh God. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Eyes like a flame of fire, man. Eyes like a flame of fire. Red, because he drank wine. Ned the Wino's eyes was red from wine. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet like unto brass. Why brass? Because brass is a derivative of brown. It's the color brown. So now, right so far, we know that Christ had nappy hair, white woolly hair, red eyes, and his feet were brown. Go ahead.
As if they burned in a furnace.
And not only was his feet brown, but there was a very, very dark brown, like if it was burned in a furnace. Like if you took brown brass and burned it in a furnace. Real quick, Daniel's 10:6.
Okay.
That's one description of Christ. Let's read the other description of Christ, who we know was a Jew. He was from the tribe of Judah.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 10, and verse 6.
And we read in Jeremiah that the Jews were black, and right now we're reading that the King of Jews were black. So black that it was like he was burned in a furnace. That was his feet. Let's read on.
His body also was like the beryl.
It's 10:6.
Daniel chapter 10 and verse 6.
Go ahead. His body also reach 5 real quick.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 10 and verse 5. Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen.
So there be no mistake who this is. Daniel the prophet saw a vision of a certain man clothed in linen. Go ahead.
Whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz.
And he had a gold war belt on, like it tell you in Revelation. You know what I'm saying? He had gold around his waist, a gold war belt. Go ahead.
Verse 6. His body also was like the beryl.
His body, meaning the garment that covered his body, was the color beryl, which is a greenish color. Go ahead.
And his face as the appearance of lightning.
And his face in this vision, and when Daniel saw him, he had a bright countenance, like the appearance of lightning. Go ahead.
And his eyes as the lamps of fire.
Once again, like Revelation, his eyes were red, like fire. Go ahead.
And his arms and his feet.
Now Revelation talked about just his feet. Now this is talking about his arms and his feet. Go ahead.
Like in color.
Like in color, meaning he wasn't pale. He had color on these arms and feet. He was a colored man. Telling you right here. You think color ain't in the Bible? Color ain't in the Bible. Nobody don't know what color he was. Well, Daniel just cut your whole world up. Because he said that his arms and his feet were like in color. Color is in the Bible, you dumbass Christian.
Right.
Color always been in the Bible.
Right.
Like in color, go ahead.
To polish brass.
To polish brass, man. Brass, again, is brown. Go ahead.
And the voice of his words, like the voice of a multitude.
Real quick. Babylon Timbuktu. You know what page I want.
Okay.
Real quick, I'm going to end with this, Israel. The water to y'all for hanging in there, man. But we proven and annihilating that Jewish people are not Jews. And so to be against Jewish people is not being anti-Semitic. But they do hold the money, the power, the media, you understand, the authority. So they do put it in the world, out in the world, like anything against them is anti-Semitic. And they have the world accepting the fact that they say they are Jews. But a lot of the world know that they're a bunch of liars, and we've
Right.
proven it in the Bible that they're a bunch of liars. We just proved it. Now we're going into a history book called Babylon and Timbuktu. Let's read about these Jews.
Oh God, this is from the book, The Babylon from Timbuktu, page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem.
So Jerusalem was captured. Our motherland was captured even before Christ was born. This was 65 years before Christ. Did the Romans took over our land of Israel? Go ahead.
In 70 AD,
Now in 70 AD, this is about 70 years after Christ was born. He walked the earth about 30 some odd years. You understand? Now this is 70 AD. What happened? Go ahead.
General,
And this is after Christ was teaching, after he raised up the disciples, after Israel was finding out about Christ and knew he was the Messiah and knew the Most High was coming back for us one day. This is after that time. It said General who?
Vespasian
Uh-huh.
and his son Titus
Uh-huh.
put an end to the Jewish state.
So this when Israel was returning back to the Most High, a general called Vespasian, a Roman general, and his son, they damn near enforced military law against us. Because a lot of us stopped following Roman laws and start obeying the Most High again because of the teachings of Christ. And a lot of us, and when the Romans took over and really started enforcing their power on us, a lot of us fled out of Rome. A lot of us left out of our homeland, hidden caves and all that, man. Because we remember when Christ said in the scriptures, when the Roman armies, when we are compassed about with armies, Christ said to flee into the mountains.
Right.
A lot of us remember that, and we did it. We got the hell out of there. So at this time, they put an end to the Jews. What did they do? Read that again.
God. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
Say we governed ourselves at one time during the time of Christ. The authorities would let the priests govern ourselves. We were our own state, in other words. But in 70 AD, they ended all that. They stopped the priests from being in charge. They stopped Israel from governing themselves. Go ahead.
With great slaughter.
By killing us. By killing us. The white man started to kill the Jews in Israel in 70 AD. But the only thing was, these were the real Jews. These were black people. Read.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine.
So there were military governors, man. This is like martial law. They enforced martial law, military police in our homeland, all throughout our homeland. And during this period, go ahead.
Many outrages and atrocities.
They committed many outrages and atrocities for us, man. Remember what it said in Wisdom of Solomon. They said, let us watch them. I'm paraphrasing. Let us watch them with deceitfulness and with terror. And with terror. They've always treated us like this, man. This ain't nothing new in America. The Romans came down on us like this, man. With outrages and atrocities. Go ahead.
Were committed against the residue of the people.
Against the residue, the people that didn't follow Christ and leave the hell out of there. The people that stayed and got caught up. Atrocities were done to them by the Roman Caucasian man, brothers to the Jewish Caucasian man. Go ahead.
During the period from Pompey to Julius,
it
has been estimated
what?
That over 1 million Jews.
And this is just an estimation. Over 1 million Jews did what when the Romans were killing us?
Fled into Africa.
Did what?
Fled into Africa.
Jews did what?
Fled into Africa.
Why would the Jews running from Caucasian people run into Africa? If they look like what the Jewish people look like today, why in the hell would they run into a dark country and a dark continent? They would stick out like a sore thumb. They would stick out like a sore thumb. Because these Jews that ran from the Romans, listening to Christ, and ran up into Africa, they were brown, just like the Africans were brown. They were different shades of brown. Qadar la arataza, black unto the earth. You understand? They fled into Africa. Go ahead.
Fleeing.
Read.
From Roman persecution and slavery.
Why did we go into Africa? Because white people was killing us. And we just wanted to hide amongst other brown people so maybe we can escape their murder. Go ahead.
The slave market.
The what?
The slave market.
And everybody knows the history. Once we was in Africa, the Africans put us on slave ships. And the brothers that studied history said that those slave ships, those slave markets, go ahead,
were full of black Jewish slaves.
they didn't say full of Africans. The slave ships weren't full of Africans. The Jews ran into Africa, and then eventually the Jews were put on slave ships. They said the slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves, man, not Africans, not nobody else, not nobody else. And the Jewish people of today, they got a lot to pay for. All their lies and their treachery, man, they got a lot to pay for. To be anti-Semitic, really, is to be against black people, man.
Right.
And that's the truth, according to the Bible. I'm going to say shalom. With that, we're going to end the show, man. Eat the water for y'all hanging in, man. Y'all tune in. We'll see y'all next week for another episode of Ask Ye the Prophets. Any questions, send the email, send the DM. Y'all know where to send it by now. Shalom.